Shalom, shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. My name is Brother Napak from the Camp Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tampa Bay, Florida. And I want to give that honor to elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. And I want to get into a quick lesson. All right, and this lesson's going to be called Be Vigilant, or Vigilant. Be vigilant, Salakia. All right, because Satan, the devil, he's waiting, man. He's watching, for you to slip up. You gotta have your spiritual and your physical eyes open, more circumspect of your surroundings. All right, of the demons that try to come and chastise you and cause you to fall out or plague your mind. You have to be more vigilant. All right, in this faith, it says, get straight into it. Be sober, be vigilant. This is 1 Peter chapter 5:8, Salakia. But it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right. So you have these, we have, this worldly, devil, Satan, Esau, Edom. All right. He's ready to ultimately slay Jake. All right. He's looking for any reason, any way, any possible way to honestly slay Jake, man. That's why you have to be circumspect in these times that we're in. All right. Using wisdom. All right. And not foolishness and not carnality. All right. But so much, wisdom. All right. Being wise, in the scriptures. All right. In the ways that we must move in the spirit. All right. You must use that wisdom, man. All right. And that wisdom is what's going to allow you not to only, get out of certain situations, all right, and maneuver around certain situations that may cause you to, fall, all right, but that wisdom also could be used, for your experience and its truth. With wisdom, it comes with the experience, and so now you know how to deal with things farther along in the truth, deal with, these devils, deal with Satan, all right, but then you also got, evil spirits, all right, demons, that you must be circumspect and vigilant, watching for, all right, because their goal is ultimately to destroy you in the faith, all right. Satan's goal is ultimately to destroy you in the faith, all right, spiritually, mentally, destroy you, and even physically, that's Satan's goal. That's why it says, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And he's seeking who he may devour, mainly throughout, Jake in the faith, brothers in the faith, because really, Satan already got to these damn, niggas in the world. He already devoured them, spiritually and mentally. They don't know who they are. All right? They already, doomed, bro. But there's brothers in his faith, sisters and, younger brothers that's growing up, believers, man. There's believers that believe in the truth. All right, that Satan looking for to devour, all right, and to destroy, and that's Satan's ultimate objective and goal, all right. Especially, these devils that, we walk amongst every day, Esau, Edom. But even so, these demons, man. And the NLT says, stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. All right? So these devils, all right, and these demons, he's walking, looking for who's the weakest. All right? Who's not spiritually, all right, strengthened, all right, or have little faith. You know, especially, you know, brothers that just start out in the truth. All right. That's who Satan's looking for. The weakest link. All right, and through the weakest link, he wants to ultimately devour the whole body. All right. He want to get as many as he can. You know, so you have to be circumspect and watch and stay alert for those things for Satan, you know, because he's watching, bro. You know, he's waiting for the right moment, just like a predator, all right, you know, preys on his prey. That's how Satan is, man. All right, watching. Let's get the word vigilant. All right, in the intima line, it says, vigilant. It says watchful, anxious, careful. To watch, keep awake, not to sleep. Be watchful. All right. So, hey, you know, to be vigilant, you got to be watchful. You got to, you know, be steady on your watchtower, steady watching, steady being circumspect through the spirit. Like I said, spiritually, physically, you know, you must watch. All right, because these devils are coming at, you know, at every way possible. All right, Esau Edom works hand in hand with demons, man. All right, that's why they, you know, they go to the left hand side to, you know, get their power. You know, so we're not going against just regular, you know, regular peons or regular Edomites or Jake. Nah, man, we actually going against rulers of darkness, man. When you come to this faith, the scripture says, prepare your soul for temptations, because we're fighting against a fight, you know, against rulers of darkness, you know, and high positions in that, you know, dark kingdom, you know, that dark rulership. All right. So knowing that and understanding that, you must be watchful, you know, watching your surroundings. It goes on. It says, 1 Peter 5 and verse 9. This is in the NLT. It says, stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that your Christian brothers and sisters all over the world are going through the same kind of suffering you are. You know, so you have to be watchful. All right, standing firm in your faith and the belief and the truth. All right. And these devils can't really mess with you, man. These demons can't overtake you or overcome you because you're strong in the faith. You're firm. You're standing firm. You're fighting against all odds. All right? You know? So demons try to attack you throughout this whole walk. But every time you come out on top because you're standing firm. You know? And we're not, you know, don't ever think you're the only one going through it, bro. All right? You have different brothers and sisters and, you know, that go through it and catch hell. All right? And the devils and Satan and Esau Edom is just creeping around, waiting to see you break, waiting to see you fall. All right? Because they know they got one. You know, but you can't allow Esau Edom, all right? You can't allow these left-hand angels, all right, to overtake you, to destroy you. All right? Scripture says, hold fast on what thou hast, man. All right, hold on to that crown. Hold on to your crown, man. You know, because Satan's trying to take it. All right? And he's going to do all types of things in ways that you would not expect, all right, to try to take that crown from you. You know, we all got our own battle that we face, all right? And you must overcome that battle at the end, you know? So through the belief in our faith, because you have so much faith, because you have so much belief, that's what keeps you firm in the faith. That's what keeps you standing strong, no matter what Satan come at you with, bro. All right. Whether it be family matters, financial matters, anything in this world, you know, that Satan trying to come at you with, because that's all he got. That's all the ammo he has is worldly things, man. All right, because Satan is of this world. Any of those things he try to come at you with, you always come out on top because you stand firm in your faith, man. All right. Now the demons, that's a different story. They come at you, you know, through your thoughts, man. That's why you got to be mentally strong, mentally prepared. Strengthen yourself in the faith and the wisdom and the knowledge, because demons try to come through you, come at you through your thoughts, your fears, all right, your insecurities, all types of things in this truth, bro. All right, what you're insecure about in this truth, you know, that's how Satan or these demons try to get at you, and you have to be vigilant and watching and keep watch to see those things, all right, to catch on to it before it ultimately destroys you, you know. But you know, Lord willing, this is, you know, edifying to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. I just wanted to get into a quick lesson on that. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Bahashim, Kakadash. Once again, double honor to elders and apostles of Great Millstone. You teach you well. Shalom, Maki.